Joe Jerome, I'm in the house in your mouth. Joe Jerome's in the house in your mouth like ooh, ooh.
Peace, family. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to gods. Peace to the earth. Got another video for y'all. Something new, something different. It's an eviction court. Usually we just do eviction videos, but evictions is evictions. So let's get into this and see what's going on. This one is non-paying tenant plan backfires by landlord and surprise move. Judge ends it. It's kind of doesn't really make sense. Non-paying tenants plan backfires by landlord surprise move. Judge ends it. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Sometimes you just got to read it slow and read it a certain way. You got to read with some enthusiasm, some character. But that's what it is. Before we get to that, call a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, call a friend. Please comment, like, subscribe, and let them know that Rome's in the house, in the mouth. Joe Jerome, I'm in the house, and I'm in your mouth like, ooh, ooh. I say, ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's get this video started. I ain't going to delay it. I'm going to play it.
Have a lawful reason to withhold the rent, do you?
The fees for the fees from before.
Bruh.
1900. Any fee.
Did you pay your rent in May?
I believe so. Yeah.
You don't know? Do you know when you paid your rent?
Yeah.
Morning, Aaron. Roll back here for the plaintiff, financing of apartments.
What's your name, sir?
Didn't change, Your Honor.
What's your name?
Oh, Sridhar Kesani, and the landlord.
You can have a seat there. Okay, today was the date that was scheduled. You can have a seat back there. You haven't been called. Today was the date scheduled for a hearing. Are we having a hearing?
I don't know, Judge. I was just going to propose a settlement to Mr. James.
Case was set for 8:30. What time did you get here?
8:30.
You were sitting here at 8:30?
Well, I was coming up at 8:30. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, we have cameras. We can check.
Yeah. I was coming up at 8:30. You're right. I was actually sitting here, but yeah.
Okay. Even if he got here at 8:45, it's 9:30.
I haven't seen him until 8:50 here.
This is non-payment of rent?
It is.
Okay. I believe you have a lawful reason to withhold the rent?
Yeah, because it's not correct, Your Honor.
Do you think the ledger is not correct?
The ledger's not correct, and there was a summons from a judgment earlier before with a different judge that wasn't took off what I paid because they sold the apartment complex. People that sold it previously didn't take off the money that I paid them through a judge. I got the paperwork right here.
Okay, you're saying that this property was owned by someone else?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you paid a judgment?
Yeah.
And the new owner is still trying to charge you for the judgment?
Correct.
I was going to propose a discount to take care of it.
Well, it's not a discount if he's already paid it.
Well, either way, I was going to credit that amount.
So the ledger minus.
Hold on, man. What? So who's lying? Is the lawyer, the plaintiff, is he lying? The representative of the landlord, who's lying right now? Because old buddy he already started off wrong with the judge. And you're like, come on, man. I told you judges can see that. Judge is like, look, man, if you can't even be on time to court, I know you ain't on time with rent. Because this is important. You're supposed to be here in a certain time, and it's a whole hour later. So you already starting off on the wrong foot. But that dude stumbling on his words, like, if you come into court and you're going to represent yourself, you got to have your stuff in order. You got to have all the paperwork. You got to know what you're going to say. You're going to have to get in the mirror and practice. You know what I'm saying? And be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to say like this. I'm going to tell them like, I had the rent, but then the dude sold the building and they sold my rent to somebody else. And then when they picked up the rent, you know what I'm saying? You got to have it in so it's in a flow. So you sound good. In your head, it might sound good, but if you ain't saying it out loud, and especially with nerves added, and somebody staring you down and looking at you like I know you lying to me face, you got to be on point. But at the same time, the lawyer ain't on point either. You can't say, well, I was going to add it to come on now. But I'd be like, if I was judge, I'd be like, both of y'all get out, figure it out. He just start all over. There's a new owner, start over.
Our ledger goes back to May. His paperwork starts in February. I have a 3-month gap.
Well, the thing is, I thought we was coming here just for that. He brought his. I would have brought my ledger as well.
Coming here just for what?
What was that?
You thought you were coming here just for
Well,
what?
no, I just thought I was coming here for this, and he brought a different ledger, so I would have printed the whole ledger so it could see that it was never converted over, but I didn't print that. I
But he's
just
saying he's gonna remove that.
We were gonna propose a discount,
yeah.
whatever you wanna call it,
So,
credit you.
But I would have to see
That
that
amount.
because they still might not be. It still might not be correct on their
okay,
end.
so you want an updated ledger?
Yeah,
Okay.
Our ledger goes back to May, that's when the new one.
mine's go back to like before that. No, that's what I'm
As
saying.
far
That's
back
all
as
I'm
I
saying.
can get.
Are you able to
We're
provide it?
willing to credit him the amount he said he paid.
Correct, but he wants a new ledger. He has the right to get a new ledger after that. Are you able to provide that for
I'm
him
giving
at
the
this?
one I have in my hand.
Which is, and that's not what you want one
See,
that.
my
goes-
ledger goes back to February when all this happened. Theirs come after which they did credit the money they tried to get from me and they didn't go through. So they left that money on there and the money I paid, they didn't credit that. And then it comes up with this ledger starting in May, that this big amount that I never owed.
Okay,
So
so
that's where his started.
even if they subtract this amount that you say you've already paid, you still have a concern about the accuracy of the ledger?
This amount plus some.
You said what?
Subject this, the amount he says he paid, plus a little more.
What are you
Hopefully
suggesting?
to make everybody happy, we can leave here with
Does
an
that work for
agreement.
you?
It depends on how much it is because I just
Okay,
want,
you know,
that's all.
I'll let you all go talk about that for another 10
Okay.
minutes while I see what
What?
things I have from Ms.
Okay.
Oliver.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You need to, he still wants a ledger or he still thinks does he still think it's inaccurate?
No, it's very accurate. Yeah.
Okay, so you'd want a ledger so that you can,
Yes.
okay, we're gonna reset it because it's not gonna be resolved and you're not able to provide him the timeline of ledger that he's looking for today. So
Well, I'll be honest, Judge, our ledger goes back to May.
it goes back to May.
Goes back to May and it starts with a balance. We,
It starts with
It starts with
balance.
balance and stop.
Oh, let him finish speaking. It starts with balance
because our ledger goes back to May,
of 2025.
yes. And it starts with a $1,900 balance.
Okay.
We frankly agreed to erase that $1,900 and
Start
start
zero.
Start right there.
What's the problem?
There's
Puts us at
been
$4,000
fees
still there.
tagged on since the beginning of it,
Let me
that
see the
should,
ledger. Let me see the ledger. Since May,
no, well, yeah, so,
they agreed to go from zero though. So
well, yeah, but that's true, but, the thing is, from them starting, cause when I first got this judgment, they had fees from when I first signed them.
we moved beyond that though. I thought they waived the judgment. And then now we're
Well,
starting,
everything happened before May is waived.
yeah,
I
we're
can
talking,
prove
we're
everything on the
starting
ledger.
right now at May, so I don't wanna hear about anything that
Okay.
does, because May, they're saying we're gonna start at zero from May
Okay,
of 2025. And so you paid your rent in May? Yes or no?
what, I'm sorry.
Did you pay your rent in May? You don't know?
You believe so?
It's on.
No, it's a yes or no.
Yes, I did, I believe so.
On time?
I mean, that was a while ago, I mean.
So you don't even know if you
That
paid your rent.
was a year ago, that's what I'm saying, I'm like,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
I'm
have to,
sure.
you have to call your witness, cause I don't see the point, and if it's starting from zero and I'm asking you if you paid your rent in May, you can't even tell me, absolutely, I paid my rent in May.
The thing
Bruh.
I'm trying to explain is that they can't, that I got fined.
But you're not explaining it well. It's not hard to know if you paid your rent in May. Because that's something you got to pay every month or you wouldn't be staying there. You can't skip a month and be like, I didn't pay in May, but I'll pay April. And I'll pay June. I'm just going to skip May and they just going to forget about it because I paid the month before and the month after. You can't, bruh, it makes you're drowning right now. You keep digging a hole deeper and deeper and saying, I don't know, but what, it's been a year ago. I can't remember. You can't, that's like saying you can't remember you woke up a year ago. Come on, buddy.
Fines all the way up to that point that's still in that ledger that shouldn't be there after the 1900 is dismissed. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we're trying to go through that right now, that's
Okay,
all I'm saying.
okay, yeah, sure,
And the
yeah.
first question is, did you pay your rent in May? Because I'm trying to see if there was you said, I'm sure I did. That's a yes or a no.
Yes,
And if you
ma'am.
did,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
day did you pay your rent? What day?
What day is rent due?
That was in the 25th, I'm not
Is-
sure.
What are you fussing at me for?
No, I'm not fussing at you, man.
Okay, do you know when you paid your rent?
Yeah,
When?
in May of 2025?
Have I asked about any other time so far?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm calling pretty out once a month because I get paid every 2 weeks, so probably broken, whatever. So I don't know what exact date.
Okay, this ledger says that there was a payment on May 8th of $300.
Good boy, that's
come
half the
closer.
less than half the rent.
Yes, you have my only copy.
What day, I figured. Can you make a copy of this for me, please? Total
Boy, the rent is
how much?
1,900.
$850 per month?
Yes.
Do what date?
Till October,
No, do what date of the month? The first
first of the
the
month,
first of the month? And when do you impose a late fee?
after
How much is the late fee?
$50.
The first payment that I see made was $300, May 8th,
Yes.
for the month of May.
That's the whole issue, man.
Don't talk unless I'm giving you an opportunity. You can
Sorry.
have a seat right now.
Sorry, Your Honor.
But it doesn't appear you paid the full rent in May.
No.
Like ever. Correct? Okay. And so, the rent was assessed for June, late fee because it's now the 6th, rent was not payment of $450, and then a payment of $429.26 on June 20th. But again, there was a carryover balance because we never paid all like same thing, but not the full amount of rent is paid, because if we're paying $450, nothing.
There's no payment in September at all.
September also.
No, I see August payment. August, I see a payment of 500. Payment of 500 payments, and then January, and then February, $500 payment there. What is it that you said you dispute? You can have a seat, sir.
Okay, see, this is the whole thing. Man, the one that's not on, the judgment I paid for the 1,100, they took me to court for 2,300 because they said that I didn't pay my security deposit and first month rent, which it was later found out that they fired somebody from still out of the office. The judge over there found out about
Okay,
that.
so
Okay,
that's not an issue.
okay, so the 2,300 is still on there. She told me to pay 1,100. They'll wipe the $2,300 debt. They never did it. They never did wipe the $2,300 debt. Never added the $1,000, $1,100 for the summons either. Never did
What are
anything.
you talking about? $1,100 for what summons?
The one when they tried to take me to court for $2,300 right here.
He didn't take you to court. It
No.
was somebody else.
Okay, yeah, Everett Apartments.
Okay.
And then during this process, when
When did they take you to court?
this was February 27, 2025.
2025,
Yeah.
okay. And so, that was supposed to be applied to what month's rent?
What wasn't really true.
What?
It was supposed to be applied to the security deposit first month rent. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why it didn't make any sense, right? So that's why the judge ordered me to pay $1,100 because they didn't have any record of me paying my first month in security deposit. Like, how would I even move it in? Right? Correct? So anyways.
So the $1,100 was supposed to be for your security deposit and first month rent? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, basically. But they still had $2,300 on there for me not paying the security deposit first month rent.
Still had $2,300 on where? On the judgment?
No, yeah, the judgment and the.
They were trying to sue you for that, but the court only ordered you to pay $1,100.
Correct.
Okay.
So the $2,300.
Did you pay the $1,100?
Yes.
When?
I'm not sure. Right here, 28th, next day.
February?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that was for your first month rent and security deposit then?
But they never put it, I paid it, but they never put it on the account. That's what I'm saying. They never took the $2,300 off. The judge told them they wasn't gonna get for the $1,100. I paid the $1,100, and so none of that got accounted for. So it just basically stayed on there. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. It stayed on where?
It stayed on the Everett apartment account, the one that's not on his ledger. So it just, that's why even with that 1,900 on there, it was still that big amount.
We wiped it already. It's zero. We started at zero, so they credited it as of today. So we started at zero.
But the $1,000 I gave them was never credited either.
Well, we just credited it. That's what I'm telling you. He just credited today, because that's why you're saying there was a balance starting in May, but it should have been credited because of this $1,100 that you paid. They're saying as of May, you owed them $1,975. Right. You're saying I paid $1,100. They have just credited you more than $1,100. You got to use your brain. They just give you more than that.
Boy, math is not his strong suit. He lost, man. He on his numbers ain't right. It ain't adding up. You can't talk to a judge and start your your what's the word I'm looking for? You can't start your argument with, well, you see what had happened was I had gave them 1,900, but then they took off 1,100 plus the 900 that I gave them, which was 1,000 minus 1,100. If you carry over the 2, add the 1 plus and minus, then the square root of the sum is x equals squared. What are you talking about, sir? You need to go back to math class.
Yeah, so they wiped more
Lost.
than that already. So we're beyond that. So at this point, in this juncture, I'm not going to hear about this 2,300 or this 1,100 anymore because it's done with, as far as we're concerned, because they've already said, you know what, it's a wash. We're starting from zero. We've credited you more than what you said we didn't credit you. So now you are on the winning side, more than what you won there. You get it? Okay. So now we're in May. The balance is now zero, even though it shouldn't be zero. Even if they had accredited the $1,100, you still would owe money based on this ledger. But it's zero. In May, did you pay your full $854 rent?
No.
Okay. Did you pay your full rent in June?
No.
Why not?
I don't know, because it's been hard times at that point. I don't know.
Okay. So why do you believe that you don't owe this past due amount of money? Because you do. You don't have a lawful reason to withhold the rent, do you?
I mean,
don't look at those papers. We're done with those. You don't have a lawful reason to withhold.
Let me see if I can find something.
The property is uninhabitable. Are you?
But he upped my rent. He's upping it too. I gave him $1,200 last month. So he took me to court. So
we're not even talking about.
I'm confused.
When did he up your rent?
He upped my rent. I got text messages.
No, when?
He upped the rent in, I don't know, about 6 months ago, 7 months ago.
November.
In November, he upped it to what?
Yeah, it's on
$1,000 or $1,100, something like that. So it wasn't $850. That's not $850 charge. It was like $1,000, $1,100 charge.
Oh, I see. Where the rent went up to $1,000. Okay. What's that got to do? You said you had been paying it anyways. You didn't pay the $850.
Well, there are a lot of issues with never mind.
What's the issues?
Nothing. Never mind.
Issues with the property?
Yeah, it wouldn't matter anyways.
It does matter, but that's why I'm asking you if you had a lawful reason to withhold the rent. You've not provided me.
I did, but I don't have that paperwork with me.
What is the reason that you believe is lawful for you to withhold the rent?
Because they were pressuring me about paying that big debt in the beginning that I was chipping off the debt. I couldn't even pay the regular rent.
You were chipping off the debt. Where did you pay off a debt that prevented you from paying the regular rent?
Money orders, which is not on the ledger.
Who was you paying it to?
The box downstairs. I don't know. The box.
So you're telling me that you were making payments?
Yeah.
To chip off another debt from where? What's the other debt?
From the money that they thought was never theirs.
And
I was paying on that still.
You were paying on that, and you're saying it was not applied here.
Yes, correct.
And you have proof of these money orders.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have it.
Bro, what are you talking about?
You don't have proof of these money orders.
I have money orders at home, but I don't have them with me, so that's why I figured it wouldn't matter anyway.
He made other payments that's not reflected in the ledger?
I don't see any payments.
Okay. I have them, but whatever.
This ledger.
He sound like a kid that's talking to his mom that's trying to explain something, but she ain't understanding what he's saying because he might not making sense what he's saying. And so the only thing to say was, you know what, it don't even matter. Like, forget it. Ain't nobody listen to me, so it don't even matter. You only saying that because you lost now in your conversation and you don't even know what you're talking about no more. Like, you can't be unprepared in situations like this, dog. You just can't. You can't be unprepared. You can't come in here speaking off what and if, what was and why you can't, and ain't nobody understanding. Like, you sound like a teenage boy who's just like, whatever, man, whatever, ma. I'm trying to tell you, but you're not understanding. You're gonna take their side anyway, so just forget it. That's what it sounds like. This sound like a mom talking to her son and why he messed up and making him understand and see the reasons why he messed up, and then don't want to take accountability. Grown man with daddy issues, bruh. That's what we call it.
Has been shared with him multiple times in the email and text messages.
Yeah, I have all the text messages. Yeah, I got them.
And the text messages reflect what?
I had to remind them to go pick the money up. That's how you
The
see
money for
the
rent or
the fees for the fees from before.
what fees from before?
The 1,900, any fees that came with it. That's why it's hard to explain because I don't have the stuff.
Not prepared.
No, I don't have it.
Why don't you have the stuff? You knew you were coming to court for a hearing.
I just came straight from work here and ran upstairs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you knew before you went to work, I have to go to court for a hearing on eviction. You knew that.
Yeah.
What
Responsibility.
evidence are you saying that you have at home?
Money orders of payment.
Money orders that are not reflected here?
Correct.
Okay, and you're gonna bring those back to me when?
Whenever you need me to.
I needed them today.
Okay. I work third shift. I'm just completely tired of this hump right now. So I don't know. I can't know about today. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow.
Are you here this afternoon?
Yes.
You can bring them back today.
Okay. Well, I might need some sleep and pick my children up, but yeah, I can
What
try
time
to
do you
get
have
them
to
back
pick up
in.
your children?
Don't come on excuses,
What
bro.
time do you pick up your children?
At 3:45. I have to sleep. I haven't slept yet. I've been at work since 11 last night.
Do you need a place to sleep at? Sounds like this is a priority then. Do you need a place for your children to sleep? If you get evicted, where are they gonna sleep?
Good question. Great question.
So, unfortunately, you were the one who did not come with the stuff today. So I'm giving you an opportunity to bring it so that you can avoid an eviction if possible. So that you can keep a roof over your head. But this is your responsibility. I don't see anything here where you've been making your rent payments like you're supposed to. There's months where you didn't pay anything, and there's months where you just decided which amount you were going to pay.
There's months I
And
overpaid too. You see that?
One time,
See the months
I have not seen any overpayments on these months.
Okay, yeah.
You've made some
$1,200 last month. That's an overpayment, right?
$1,200 last month after the eviction was already in progress.
Yeah, but no.
When you already had a balance of over $5,000.
And he told me he wouldn't take me to court if I paid $1,200 a month. I pay $1,200 a month. He takes me to court. And I have
when did he tell you that?
Yeah, last month.
You have messages.
I can bring that back as well.
That he said, okay, bring all of your evidence. See, that's what you got to bring to court. What time will you be back here today?
I guess about 3:30, 4.
I thought you had to pick up the kids at 3:45.
I can't do all that right now. I gotta go drop my work truck off.
No. You're not listening to my question.
What?
You told me you had to pick up your children.
I will. I have to have somebody.
Did you listen? What was my question? What was my question?
I gotta have somebody.
What was my question?
Somebody picking the kids. Me picking the kids.
No, you told me that you got to pick up the kids at 3:45. So how are you coming here at 3:30?
I was gonna have somebody else pick them up.
Okay, so you have someone else that can pick up your children, so that you can be here. What time are you going to be here, Mr. Bach?
I'm gonna be here 1:30, 2 and 2:30.
Okay,
I'll be here.
You need to be back here at 1:30. Is that is I giving you an opportunity to bring your evidence that you didn't bring, inconveniencing you?
No. I just don't want to be late taking the truck back to Williamston and getting my car coming back.
It's 10 o'clock.
Huh?
It's 10 o'clock. You have plenty of time.
I gotta go empty it out. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll be back.
We're all set for tonight. For now. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Excuses, bruh. You gotta sacrifice, dog. That's part of the sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice sleep so you can have somewhere to sleep. And so your kids can have somewhere to sleep. Sacrifice sleep so you can have somewhere to sleep. And so your kids can have somewhere to sleep. That should be a shirt right there. Big Bro Foosh. Sacrifice sleep so you can have somewhere to sleep. Look, I want commission on that. Boy, I just gave you a sacrifice sleep so you know where to sleep. Ain't nobody gonna creep. I ain't got no sheets. Come over here, put something on my face.
So far, I have he owes $4,576.32. I don't know if you got it. I am not imposing the security deposit on him.
Oh, the other 3?
Yeah. I said if the landlord executes a new lease, then they can deal with that.
Yeah, I paid a security deposit to the previous landlord that has been carried over to this lease.
The security deposit told him that, he was supposed to pay one?
Yeah.
That's why we went to court because I paid it.
Well, I thought that's what the 1129 was for.
That's what it was about. Because they like.
Well, if the 1129 is for that, it can't be applied to your rent too.
Well, they lost the first month security deposit. That wasn't my fault.
I'm not asking whose fault was what, but why did you have to pay $11.29?
Because they said I didn't pay my security deposit and first month rent.
So you were paying that towards the first month in security deposit then, is what you're telling me?
No, by the time we went to court, I didn't pay that month. So that's what the judge made me pay is that month. She threw that other stuff out.
But your rent is more than was not $11.29
Well,
at the time.
I had fees. I had like $200 or something for some
Attorney
type of fee.
fees,
Something like,
maybe?
yeah, for me, yeah, and something else, like $100 doing something else.
Okay. Okay, so everything in the file reflects that was for past due rent, sir, not for your security deposit. Did you find anything else about the $500 or
No.
the belief that you had 3 $500 payments?
Do my job app, so it's very difficult to get into. I gotta get a company code.
Okay, I have that you owe $4,576.32. That's the judgment of the court. You need to pay that in 10 days and will vacate the property.
Oh my gracious.
Additional matters for the record.
Only that you say that number one more time.
Yes.
4,500.
I wrote it down. $576.32. I don't think you want these copies. I've written all over them. Let's see. How do I get out of that?
Total judgment is 4746.
45 Honda.
Get you the copy of the paperwork and you're all set.
Oh, he looked defeated, boy. Dude looked defeated, man. Buddy looked defeated. He just didn't have no win. He was thinking that, obviously he wasn't thinking, first of all, but he was thinking that when the judge was ruling all this stuff out and say just pay this much, that it didn't actually go towards, or that it would just, it wiped out what he owed, and it didn't. This was something toward it, like you put something on it. You still got it, you still owe it, but how you put something on it so you can have time to catch up. Then you finish that off, but then your next month rent is due. You can't put something on it and finish up paying last month's rent for next month's rent. And then next month's rent come up, and then now you're paying last month's rent to pay this month's rent, and then this month's rent ain't due, and then this month's rent is going to be next month's rent, but next month's rent is last month's rent. That's a lot, man. You just lost. And this is where, I'm a credit, if you have, women, I'm just saying I'm a credit women. If you have a good woman on your side, she can help you balance all that stuff, because it seems like that's a problem for you. You can't keep up on your checks and balances. Maybe your life is in array. Maybe you struggling right now. You a single dad. Maybe you got issues. You got to take care of your kids. You got a job, but you got to have responsibility, dog. You got to have some structure. If you don't have no structure in your life, things is chaotic and they all over the place, and you lost and you don't know what's what, and you just trying to survive. You're trying to take care of your kids. You're trying to make sure you eat. You're trying to make sure your rent is paid. You're trying to make sure you don't get kicked out. So then if you get kicked out, now your kids ain't got nowhere to stay, and then you can't get your kids because you ain't got nowhere to stay. Then you lose your visitation rights with your kids. And now, that's a whole bunch of stuff added up. Because you didn't have your stuff in order, or because you a grown man with daddy issues and you ain't have nobody there to help you out. You know what I mean? This is where having a dad is important, because he needs to teach you how to do man stuff and be a man. And sometimes people struggle and figure it out on their own. But it's responsibility comes with it. You can't be just struggling and never figure it out, and then don't have no responsibility. You know what I mean? And then, can't even fend for yourself or fight for yourself or get yourself in order, because you can't even pay rent on time and don't know when's the last time you pay rent on time. So every time it's on time, it's the last time it was on time. And it ain't a crime, but you're going to be outside crying. Boy, look here. I need to be a rapper sometime. Peace, y'all. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the guys. Peace to the earth. Drop a comment, like, subscribe, follow. Call a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, call a friend. And let them know that Romy Roma's in the house, in your mouth. Jojo Roma, I'm in the house, and I'm in your mouth like, ooh, ooh. I say, ooh, ooh, ooh.